Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Happy Valentine's Day to you. If I was thinking about it, I would have made today's message about love, but instead, I didn't. It's going to be about who you are. But I will say this I love you. So happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you get a lot of love today and that you spread a lot of love. But I wanted to talk to you about who you are really. And it came to me as I was watching Good Morning America this morning. So normally I'm a radio person in the morning. I turn on my radio and I listen to Tom Joyner until 10 o'clock. When he goes off, then it's fair game for whatever's next, right? But today I turned on Good Morning America because Lupita was going to be on talking about the Black Panther movie. And I'm so excited to see this movie. So I wanted to see what her interview was, get her perspective, because I've seen other actors talk about their perspective, but I hadn't seen her yet being interviewed. So I was really excited, and they gave us an exclusive clip, or at least showed it to us. So for those of us who hadn't seen the movie, we saw another part of it that we didn't know was there. So anyway, I'm watching it, and it was just really cool. I'm so excited to go this weekend, and I hope that you're going to go support it as well. But then it went to the Olympics. So how many of you are watching the Olympics? I love when the Olympics come around because seeing these athletes push boundaries out of the way, because really they don't have any boundaries, right? But just seeing them perform at a level that is just unbelievable, it just really gets me excited. And then to see people make their dreams come true, things that they have been working so hard for pretty much their whole lives, right? So it's just been amazing to watch. But anyway, I watched it last night, and I was watching CW's Black Lightning and the Olympics. So I was switching between the two. And every time I would come back to the Olympics, I would catch just what I wanted to catch, which was Shaun White. I don't know if you've been following him, but he does that. I think it's the pipe. But he is 4 years ago, he was a favorite to win, and he didn't. He got fourth place. So this was his journey to redemption, to get back to the top of the stand and win a gold medal. So I watched all three of his performances, and I can tell you he's amazing. He did some amazing things yesterday. I mean, he would go up so high and then come back down, and I'm just thinking, like, how fearless is he? And really, I could have been talking about fearlessness today too, but that's not what I'm talking about. But it was like, how fearless is he to go way up there and I mean, and I know he's practiced it now, so he knows he can do it. But what about that first time? Like, I'm still just like, oh my goodness. Like, because the first time he did it, he didn't know if he could come down and be okay, but he still did it. But nonetheless, on Good Morning America, they were talking about the Olympics. They were talking about the fact that he won the gold medal. If you didn't see his performance, go find it on Google. It's amazing. It was so entertaining to watch. But what Good Morning America noted is the fact that during his press conference after he won, he did not call on any female reporters to ask a question. He just went to men. So he got to one of the men, and the men asked a question that probably a lot of the female reporters wanted to ask. And that was about his sexual abuse claims. I guess sometime last year or a year before, he was accused of sexual assault, harassment. I'm not sure. I didn't read the story, but he settled, if I'm not mistaken. And that was what the question was about. And so he wanted to I can't even talk right now. He wanted to dismiss it. And so he called it gossip, which didn't do any good for him, right? Because they came back after him for that. But he it just got me to thinking that no matter how great you are, and we know he's at the top of his game, like this is his third gold medal in that sport. So he is exceptional. But it doesn't matter. Because what matters more than what he does, is who he is. And if he actually did assault, harass, abuse, whatever it was, claimed to be by his bandmate, then he sucks as a person. He sucks. And so it got me to thinking, what we do matters, but who we are matters more. So that's where the question comes to you today. Who are you? Who are you really? When I think about myself, I think about I'm a kind person, I'm a loving person, a giving person, a committed person, a passionate person, a compassionate person. I'm a surrendered vessel, you created in his image, used for his glory. meaning God, right? God created me. I am in his image, used for his glory. Like that's all that matters, not what I do. I could say I'm an engineer, I'm a salesperson, I'm now a coach, I'm a speaker. None of that matters if I'm not making a difference in this world and making the world a better place, especially with my character. And I say this because just the other day I got super, super excited. I was at a meeting and I ran into someone I hadn't seen since business school, and that's been like the late 90s. So I hadn't seen this guy in like 20 years. And he was there with two other guys, and we were talking, and come to find out they were engineers. And so I just got super excited and nerdy because I am still an engineer. That's how I think, right? It's just who I am. It's part of the fabric that makes up Andrea. But it's not what I do that matters more than who I am. And so, even though I had a good time hanging out with this guy and talking stuff that I do care about, but not really anymore, right? Because for me, it's really about my legacy. And I know that my legacy is being created with every person I come across. And so I am intentional about trying to create an imprint on this world, a huge imprint on this world, where I can make a difference. And that I know that my life matters to more than just me. And so I'm not going to use this as a shameless plug because you will hear about this program that I have coming out. It's a 10-week writing program to help people write and tell their story. And I always say that you need to share your story. We all have a story. But I'm not saying that because I just want you to write a book. I'm saying it because I have learned from my own experience that writing a book heals people. People have read my book, and I know you've probably heard this, but they've read my book and told me how my life, my story have changed their lives, changed their perspective, inspired them to be better people and do things differently. There are people who have read my book and then months later end up with breast cancer. And so they have my example to help them get through it. I get phone calls, text messages, emails, letters, inbox messages. I get so much from people telling me how I have inspired them. And so, not that it's about me, because it's not about me, right? It's just really my responsibility as a survivor to share my message and help make this world a better place, especially when it comes to cancer, because so many people are affected. And just in the past 4 days, I've had two people come in my inbox to tell me one was diagnosed with cancer. The other one is waiting for their results to find out. And then I heard someone else so three people in the past 4 days that I know that's dealing with this, but two in my inbox, two that are men who are telling me that they are inspired by me. I don't even know one of the people, but he sees me on Facebook and I'm an inspiration to him. And so just to know that, and that I can give some words of encouragement to him and pray for him. And so now we're conversing. He tells me what he's doing with his process, in the process as he prepares for his treatment. And I'm just appreciative to have that opportunity and to be that person that can show up for somebody, if for nothing else but to pray. And I remember a couple of weeks ago, I did my vision workshop at the library, and I had all women and one male there. And so I was talking to the guy afterwards, and he was like, this was great. He was like, but I'm just surprised that there weren't more men. And I was thinking to myself, like, I don't market it as for women only. It's not that type of program. I would love for men to come too. But for some reason, they don't, right? And so he was like, a lot of times men like to hear from other men. And that is true. But it showed me the other day when I got these inboxes on my messenger that men will listen to women too if you have something to share to help benefit them. And so, because we're all in this together. Maybe I'm not dealing with prostate cancer, right? That wasn't my journey. I'm just saying. But I did go through cancer, and I can help encourage you along in your journey. And so I just shared that with you because I really want you to think about writing your story. You will learn more or hear more about my program as I launch it soon, very soon, hopefully this week. I guess I kind of launched it. I just haven't done a lot of promoting of it. But it's all ready to go. It's a 10-week program to help you write your book in 10 weeks, or at least your first manuscript. And that's really the start of it. Like, you need a manuscript to become an author, right? And it's just your first draft and it'll suck, most likely. I know when I think back to mine, it was horrible. And fortunately, I had some wonderful friends to let me know in a nice way that you need to change some things. And honestly, I think about it because I know as I started writing, I grew. I grew as a person. So it wasn't even just about me telling my story. It was about me becoming who I became as I told my story. Like, it was transformational for me to write my own story. And so I just wanted to share that because it's not just about the book, but it's about who you become as you write the book too. But getting back to my Wednesday's reflection question, which is, who are you really? Like, who are you? Are you a person who shows love, who is making a difference in this world and making someone else's world that much better? I remember Mark Nebo said that our purpose here on earth is to release heaven. Like, how? I mean, when he said that, it just made me think about it. Like, to release heaven. That is what we're supposed to do. And so I just ask you to think about who you are at the core. And are you loving that person? If not, then change it to a person that you would love and admire. And so that is it for today. I know it's been a while since I've done a Wednesday reflection question. I really try every Wednesday. I have intention of doing it, but I'm going to do better because I need to do better and be more consistent with it. It's just that life has been taking over, and I'm just like, slow down a little bit. This year of this journey of entrepreneurship has been, it's been a fun ride. It's been joyful, but I tell you, I'm learning a lot about myself and this business. And yeah, and so I need to just figure out how to make this work because I really do want to continue to do these and just give you things to think about each week. So I'm going to go for now because I have been on for a good amount of time and I know that you have something else to do. But as I said earlier, happy Valentine's Day. You can share love, spread love, be love, give love, just love. Love on each other. Alrighty, so until the next time, I will see you later. Bye-bye.